In today's video, I want to explain how to play the fun and addictive online game Territorial.io. We'll cover all of the features on the home page, single player mode, multiplayer mode, and all of the possible features of the game that I can think of. See the timestamps below for where each section starts and stops. Alright, let's get going. Before us, we have the Territorial.io home screen. The center text box is where you can enter whatever screen name that you would want to play the game with. Now, it's through this text box that you can also put yourself in a clan if you so choose. To be in a clan, add the clan name in brackets before your screen name. Additionally, if you want to be on a team with your friends, you would add the desired team name in parentheses before your screen name. Alright, now that that's taken care of, below the text box are the buttons to choose if you want to play the game mode in multiplayer or single player. Okay, and then if we direct our attention to the bottom left corner of the screen, this displays which player is currently the top ranked player in the entire game, and right next to that is which clan is currently top ranked as well. And then if we look under the rankings, there is a magnifying glass button, which will slightly zoom in the screen for better visibility if needed. To the right of this magnifying glass is the smile button, where we can choose the different emotes that we want to use in the game. The emotes are symbols that we use to communicate with other players in the game, but they must be chosen before the game starts. These are the current emotes that I like to use. And then the next button to the right of this is where you can choose the different colors that you want for your team. This is the color that our team would have in the Battle Royale mode and also in the single player mode. Move the three sliders up and down until you find a color combination that makes you happy. And then if you keep looking along the bottom of the screen, you'll notice a bunch of gray bars. These bars indicate how popular the game is overall, as it measures the number of seconds of Territorial.io played each day. Continuing on to the right side of the screen, there is a timer that indicates when the next multiplayer event begins. And if we keep going above that, the top right corner has a More button, which gives you several different settings options. From this very first button, you can choose which active lobby you want to play in. I've been told that Lobby 2 is typically way less active and is a great place for you to go to play matches with your friends. Under this, you can choose to hide the different usernames in the game. This replaces the custom-made usernames of other online players with generic sounding person names. Below this is a button to hide any other links in the game, and then there is also a high resolution button, but I have not noticed any difference when I've clicked this. And then lastly, the 5 bottom buttons are links to various lists and documentation from the developer. Alright, now let's click into single player mode. On the single player screen, click the button labeled Maps in the middle to choose exactly which map you want to play on. There are currently 14 curated game maps. However, you can play in your own custom map in the single player mode as well. Click the big Customize button at the top and choose an image from your computer. Alternatively, you could also drag and drop a desired image onto the main screen of Territorial.io and it'll load it that way. To change the difficulties of the bots you're going to go up against, click where it says the current difficulty to change it to another setting. To add additional bot teams, click the plus button for as many teams as you want to face off against. Now, the game will automatically balance the number of individual players on each team, but you can modify that number of players manually yourself by clicking on the player numbers. Also, each additional bot team gets its own difficulty setting, so you can customize that to your heart's content as well. I'll explain how to play in the next section. Now let's switch over to the multiplayer mode. When you click multiplayer, you are first brought to the game lobby. In here, there is a rolling batch of both maps and game types that you can pick from. Currently, there are 5 different game types that you can play in Territorial.io. Represented by a crown symbol is the classic Battle Royale mode. In here, all the players are fighting for themselves, and then it is the last player controlling 99% of the map that wins. Represented by a pie chart with various slices is the team modes. The number of slices corresponds with how many different teams there are facing off. These can range anywhere from matches with 2 teams all the way up to 8 teams. The mode plays out similarly to Battle Royale, except it is the last team controlling 99% of the map that wins. The sword icon is the new no full send mode. This match is exactly the same as Battle Royale mode, except the option of full sending your troops has been disabled. Many players appreciate this option because it avoids being affected by sore losers. The medal symbol indicates a 1v1 match. The game will pit you against one other player with a similar ranking to you, and then the last player controlling 99% of the map wins. And then lastly, the skull icon indicates zombie mode. All of the humans are on the white team and you face off against the very hard black zombie bots. You all have to work together to defeat the bots and get control of 99% 99% of the map to win. And once you've chosen your map and mode, you need to pick your starting location. Double-click on the map where you would like to start. However, if a match has a large number of players, your starting position will be picked automatically at random. Alright, enough setup, let's get to actually playing. Now this beginner's guide will only cover the mechanics of playing in multiplayer and won't be a full explanation of all the various nuances and details or the strategies to win. But the basic premise of the game is to expand your territory and defeat all the other bots and players until you or your team control the whole map. Now here you have the game screen. On the left hand side of your screen is the leaderboard. It ranks all the players in the match by the number of pixels that they control, which is that larger number on the right hand side of the leaderboard. Also, the person in first place on the leaderboard gets a cool crown symbol. This symbol will display over your username in the map as well. This allows everyone in the game to easily see where the first place player is located on the map. Now what's cool is if you click on one of the names in the leaderboard, the game will automatically bring you to where that player is located on the map. Additionally, if you're playing in a team match, there will be a pie chart located under the leaderboard showing the percent of land controlled by each team. Below all of this on the left is a button in the bottom corner that gives you some basic in-game options. Once you click it, the bottom button allows you to quit the match and return to the lobby. Above this, the surrender button allows you to give up and turn your player into a bot but still spectate the match after your defeat. And lastly, the statistic button shows you a lot of cool information about your performance throughout the match. You can check it at any time, but I find that reviewing these graphs after the end of the match or when you are defeated to be the most interesting. The first three buttons show your territory, troop balance, and live interest percentage over time in graphs, while the numbers button shows you a bunch of final counts and averages for the various actions from within the match. Now back to the main screen. The rectangle at the top shows you your current troop strength. And then the rectangle at the bottom of the screen indicates how strong your attacks will be. Clicking the bar more towards the minus will decrease the amount of troops that you send in attack, and clicking towards the plus end of the bar will increase the number of troops that you use. On the bottom right corner of the screen is where the news feed is located. It will tell you when people are messaging you, attacking you, or when other players are defeated or have left the game. Just above the news feed, there are plus and minus buttons that let you zoom the game map in or out, but this can also be done with your mouse scroll wheel. In the top right corner, there's a box that lists some basic in-game stats. Of these, the most important to you when you're playing the game is the interest percentage. Now finally, here's how to do some actual playing. As I said, you can zoom the map in and out by using your mouse scroll wheel, and then the map itself can be moved by clicking and holding your left mouse button and dragging the map around. To attack in the game, double-click the entity you wish to attack. This could be the ground to claim empty land, or a bot or an enemy player to attack and claim enemy land. As discussed previously, the rectangle at the bottom of the screen controls the strength of each double-click attack. Now if you're near water, you can send a boat to attack across the water. First, click on the island or player you wish to send a boat to, and then click the boat button. You will see a white boat pixel travel across the water to attack. One extra action that you can take in a team battle mode is donating troops to your allies. This is useful if you are stuck behind the friendly front lines and cannot contribute to any attacking yourself, or notice that an ally is struggling or being attacked. To donate troops, click on an ally's screen name and then click the green money icon. You'll donate an amount of troops per the bottom attack slider. Now there's several different ways you communicate in the game. The first and most common is emoting. To emote in general for all players in the game, click on your own screen name in your color area and click the smile icon. You can then choose which of the pre-chosen emotes to express. It will appear publicly above your name for all people to see on the map. Now to send a private emote, click another player's name and then choose the smile icon there. Choose the desired emote and it will be sent only to the targeted player and appear in their lower right news feed. And besides emotes, you can still communicate further instructions to other players. To ask for a non-aggression pact, click on the targeted player's name and then click the green button of the holding hands. If the other player accepts the pact request in their newsfeed, both of you will see the green holding hands icon over each of your screen names. To direct another player to attack a desired player, click on their screen name and then the yellow person button. Next, click the name of the person you wish them to attack and click the target symbol. A target symbol will appear to the other person over the desired screen name. Now that should have covered all of the basic Territorial IO functionality quality and gameplay. Feel free to leave any questions in the comments below. Thanks for watching, now go conquer the world.